Hey there, I'm Keenyn, and this is the Clear English Corner. In this lesson, we're talking about contracting the word have, specifically contracting this word in past modals. So this is when we're talking about something that could have, would have, or should have happened in the past. When you see these contractions written, they'll look like this. But what do they sound like? By the end of this lesson, we'll have it all sorted out. All right, so first let's talk about these words could, would, and should. A little bit tricky because they have the wooden hook vowel sound. Wooden hook could, wooden hook should, wooden hook would. Also, notice there's an L in these words, but that L is totally silent. You don't hear it at all. Could, would, should. This word, would, sounds exactly the same as this word, would. When we're contracting the word have, we lose that H consonant at the beginning, and that black cat a vowel is going to reduce, and it's going to become the schwa sound. So what we end up with is something that sounds like of, could've, would've, should've. And sometimes that word have will reduce even further to become just the schwa by itself. And this is when you hear coulda, woulda, and shoulda. So let's look at this a little deeper and do some practice together. Starting first with could have. Could have becomes could've, could've. It sounds like two syllables. Emphasis on that first syllable and the as in would sound. And listen what happens to the D, could've. It jumps over in front of the word have or the contraction and sounds like dove. Like the second syllable, dove. Could've. That could have been bad. We could have kept going. He could have tried harder. You could have hurt yourself. All right, let's try would have. Would have becomes would've, would've. Again, it sounds like a two-syllable word, right? With emphasis on that as in would, and that second syllable is going to sound like dove, with the D consonant sound at the beginning of that syllable. Would've, would've. I never would have thought of that. I wish you would have told me. This would have been more effective. I would have never guessed. And should've. Following that same pattern, it sounds like a two-syllable word, emphasis on our first syllable and the as in would. Second syllable sounds like dove, should've. I should have called. We should have anticipated this. She should have started earlier. I never should have said that. Bonus practice, what about this combination? Might have. When we contract this combination, it sounds like might have. Sounding like a two-syllable word, emphasis on the first syllable and the I as in white, might have. And the second syllable is going to sound like dove again, because that final T sound is linking over in front of the contracted have and becoming a flap T. It sounds like a quick D. Might have. That might have been our last chance. We might have made a mistake. Interestingly enough, a common grammatical error that native speakers make is mistaking this contracted word have for the word of, because the reduced form of sounds the exact same. Of course. She's the head of the department. This is the best part of the whole movie. Best part of. This is the best part of the whole movie. So sometimes you'll see a native speaker of English write out, I should have thought of that instead of I should have. So don't make the same mistake yourself. All right, so what happens when we throw a negative in here? This is interesting. So what happens when we try to contract could not have? It's going to sound like couldn't have, couldn't have, couldn't have. It's like a 3-syllable word. We still have emphasis on that first syllable and the as in would. Couldn't. Then our tongue goes up to pronounce the D sound. Could. Then the tongue stays exactly where it is for the D sound, which is right behind the top front teeth at that bony bump or the alveolar ridge. Could. The tongue stays in the same place and the air shifts to the nose for the N consonant. This is the contracted not. Couldn't. Then we release that N into of. Couldn't have. Couldn't have. Couldn't have. You couldn't have known. That couldn't have gone any better. I couldn't have done this without you. Now notice in these sentences, you can only contract the negative. We're not contracting the word not and the word have. You can't write it this way, but we speak it that way. Interesting, right? All right, let's try this one. Would not have becomes wouldn't have. Wouldn't have. Again, a 3-syllable word is what it sounds like, right? Emphasis on that first syllable and the as in would sound. Would. The tongue tip comes up for the D sound and then stays there as the air shifts to the nose for the N. Could. Then we release the N sound into nuv. Couldn't have. Wouldn't have. It wouldn't have made a difference. I wouldn't have thought of that. We wouldn't have been able to make it. Wouldn't have. We wouldn't have been able to make it. All right, let's try this one too. Should not have becomes shouldn't have. We're following the same pattern here. Sounds like a 3-syllable word. Emphasis on that first syllable. Should. Tongue tip comes up behind the top teeth for the D. It stays there as the air moves into the nose for the N. Shouldn't. Then we release the tongue into the word have, the contracted have. Nuv. Shouldn't have. He shouldn't have told you that. I shouldn't have said that. I knew I shouldn't have eaten that last piece of cake. So there you have it, my friend. Contracting the word have and the word not in past modals. I hope you found the lesson interesting and helpful. If we approach it the right way, using English contractions can be fun, and it can really improve the rhythm of your language. If you want help with some other super common contractions, be sure to check out this playlist where we talk about contracting the verb form to be, is, am, and are. We talk about contracting the word will and the word not. You'll love these lessons. And of course, come on over to the Clear English Corner website for tons more free practice lessons and pronunciation resources. As always, thanks so much for tuning in, and I'll see you next time.